There is so little understanding of the power of light on health and well-being among people who make and sell and install lights. And so I think that everything that we can do, including this brilliant book, because it's so practical and so intriguing as well, all the little facts that you put in there, will help people to not only understand it, but also feel proud and excited about the work that they do every day. So I think it has those dual functions. One of them is to inform, and the other is to inspire and encourage people to feel delight in the things that they use every day. I'm Dr Shelley James. I am a light and health consultant. I work with organisations all around the world to help them to understand how small changes in the way that they organise the light in their space can support their business and their health and their well-being. I'm a TEDx speaker, I'm on the Well Advisory, I'm a Well faculty member, and I teach at various institutions, including the Royal College of Art. I suppose, as everybody who gets interested in light, we all have a personal story as well as a professional interest in this. So my personal story is that I was born in the tropics. I was born in Jamaica, and I spent my life traveling between different environments, different climates, and I was always acutely aware of how that affected the way we all felt. But I could never really quite put my finger on it. And I worked in branding for many years, looking at how we can use light to create spaces which reflect the attitude of an organisation. And then I had a head injury and had to retrain my brain. And that led to me really kind of lifting the bonnet on how all this behavioural stuff works. So I set up a light library, I set up a residency at the Bristol Eye Hospital, I trained as an electrician, and so my sort of personal passion and experience of retraining my brain has led into now this professional practice, which is so exciting and varied. Think back, just close your eyes for a moment and think about the space that you've been in or that you love. One of the first things that you might notice is the quality of light in the space. Is it dark? Is it warm? Is there sunlight? Is there sunlight streaming through the windows? What is it about that space? And every single cell in our body is responding to light all the time, and it tells us things about what's going to happen in the space, maybe what's happened before in the space, and how we should behave in the space. So it's absolutely critical, and it's one of the things that people don't notice, and yet every single part of them is noticing if you ask them to think about it. I think, as you point out so beautifully in your book, really, we respond in very deep and subconscious, sort of compelling ways to nature and the world around us. And our connection with that cycle of life, that cycle of light and darkness, that relationship with others in the world is completely mediated by the patterns and shapes that we evolved to recognise. So as we live our lives very much divorced from the time of day, from the seasons, small changes or the way that we organise the spaces to bring some of that outside in can really help us to feel grounded and to stay healthy and happy and sane, really, in a world which is so artificial in so many ways. It's called Light, Your Essential Survival Guide, and it grew out of conversations with professionals and family members and anybody really in the street who I talked to about light, who said, how on earth does this stuff work? What kind of light bulb should I buy? And three main themes that came out every single time. People say, I'm struggling to sleep, or I feel miserable in the winter, or I feel a bit blurry brain, my kids struggle to focus, particularly kids with special needs. So I just thought I'll put it all together in a book, and that's what I've done. So those are the three main chapters, and there's a section on sort of much more technical section about how the brain develops and what that means for neurodiversity. And then there's a section on how light bulbs work, because most people have no idea how they work, and most people own a bunch of light bulbs. I would say they're integrally linked with light, because we don't experience any of those things without light. If you've ever been in a nightclub where the lights are blue, you don't see anything except blue. So the quality of light in the space, the spectrum, and where the light is coming from affects our ability to perceive the texture, to perceive the colour, and perceive other people in the space as well, and our relationship with them. So those dimensions are integrally connected.